Do you ever have something that just goes so well, just completely end up in disaster?
Just now.
And that was, just now. That was just this moment. Everything goes great in my life until just now, recording one of the best openings that I think we did to segue into the show. Anyways, I have no more heart into it. I terminated Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Secret of the Ooze opening. I just blew my shot right out the gate and I'm done. Welcome to Sequilibrium. My name is Mike.
Chad.
And today we're doing one of my all-time favorite movies from when I was a kid that turned out to not really be one of the greatest movies I'd ever seen. Teen Wolf 2. Woo! Are you okay there?
Yeah.
That detach? Just a little?
It's good.
Okay.
Just a little. Just the head.
Just the head. That makes you ruin or just blow the movie in the beginning if you do that too much. I loved Teen Wolf 2 when I was a kid. I loved that movie so much because I loved the first one so much. And I think it was one of those movies that I just kidded myself on. That I was like, this is so good. This is so good, Mike. You love this movie. And then I watched it yesterday, and everything I felt about that movie when I was a kid was just right out the window.
Really?
It was just so fucking terrible. So terrible.
So you were expecting
Oh, I thought I was going to come in and just be so fucking excited. Like, Teen Wolf 2 is so fucking great, dude. Huh. This is like one of the best werewolf movies ever. No, it's not. It's not. It's not at all. And I mean, Jesus. Okay. Well, there's so many things that I actually wrote down about it that I felt like I could really go on like a 2-hour trip bitching about this movie. And I'm going to try not to. But there is just that one fucking thing right in the beginning, right after this shitty one-line drawing, Teen Wolf 2 with the fucking werewolf that looked like Poochie the Hound from The Simpsons. Yeah. Compare those two images, the one that the first Styles created to the one that the shitty Styles created. Like, this isn't even Darren from fucking Bewitched type of situation. Like, fuck that guy. That guy is not Styles.
Yeah.
But this movie was produced by Kent Bateman.
Who is
Jason Bateman and Justina Bateman's father. This is Justin Bateman's first movie.
Really?
This is introducing Justin Bateman or Jason Bateman.
Yeah.
Yeah. So essentially what I took from that is, well, let me put my son in this movie. let me get him some acting chops. Now, I looked deeper into Kent Bateman's catalog, and he has produced or directed everything those two have been in. So he's just like helping their career along the way.
Huh.
I don't know. Did you look into that?
No, I saw that it was his father, and
that's about it.
Figured that's why he was casted.
I fucking was like, I gotta look to see if Daddy had a hand in Jason Bateman's career, and he definitely did. One of the trivia things about this movie was that Michael J. Fox didn't want to do it because the makeup process was just like too much. He didn't want to do part of it. And if you look, you watched 1 and 2 back to back, right?
Yeah. And you didn't do that? You didn't watch 1?
I didn't have to. I have a Teen Wolf mini button. I have a Teen Wolf ornament for a Christmas tree. It's like a DVD present, but it's an ornament. So you open it up and it's the movie. I have that. I have the movie on DVD.
Well, I wish you would have.
I mean, I don't need to watch it. I watched it like a few weeks ago.
Did you? So, okay.
What I was going to say is the makeup in the first one was fucking great. You got to admit, like, Scott looked awesome.
Yeah.
You couldn't. This did not look like makeup. The nose was just like, there was no line showing where it connects to like the cheekbone. Yeah. This one fucking looked like they went to Party City to get the supplies to put that shit together. Like, you had a problem doing that fucking makeup. You've been fine in this one. This is just like your dad getting you ready for your fucking Halloween dance type of makeup. Even fucking Mr. H, Scott's dad, his uncle, his makeup looked shitty, but his makeup in the first one looked fucking rad. Yeah. So that's just what I had to say about the makeup. And Michael J. Fox is like, I don't want to do it because of the makeup. He didn't want to do it because the script was fucking bullshit.
Yeah, it was.
He's like, he reads the script and he's like, so basically it's the first one, but this time I'm boxing.
Yeah.
I would have backed out for the fact that Styles wasn't Styles.
Yeah, it's exactly what the first one was. There's no change other than...
None whatsoever. Even at the end, when he wins the match as Todd and not the Wolf, he uses the bad girl as leverage to get off Chubbs to kiss the nerdy girl that he falls for. Just like fucking Booth and Scott.
Yeah.
Scott did that to Pamela. See, I told you, dude. I love this fucking movie.
You know, I had to...
I don't even know why I wrote half of this shit. I don't need it.
I had to try and find a way to get my daughter to watch Teen Wolf with me.
This is one of the things that I love about this is the Chad and daughter story about watching the movie.
It's like, oh, play the trailer. We watched the trailer, and it's one of the trailers that was released around the time of the movie.
Yeah.
And what's funny is this came out in 1985, which was the same year that Back to the Future came out. And
Teen Wolf 2 did. Or the first Teen Wolf?
The first Teen Wolf.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. First Teen Wolf, I think, I mean, I'm almost positive that he filmed Teen Wolf before Back to the Future because I can't imagine Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale would have let him go off to do Teen Wolf after just shooting Back to the Future.
A great fucking movie.
Yeah,
They're like, listen, this is your beach house movie, so you can go do it afterwards.
And as shitty as this movie is, who knows how long it took him to edit. And
none whatsoever. This movie was filmed in one fucking shot. One shot. You could hear in the background at the celebration scene, Marty, press play.
Anyway, in the trailer for the first movie, the narrator says,
oh, God.
He says this. He says, Michael J. Fox has had a real tough time lately. And, they referred to him as Michael J. Fox, not as the character.
Oh, I was laughing more at the time drop because of fucking like, is that foreshadowing? Are you foreshadowing right now? So you didn't like Teen Wolf, the first one?
I enjoyed it much less than I expected to.
Did I hype it up for you a little too much?
Well, I saw it so many times as a kid, but
did you ever wish to be a Teen Wolf?
Oh yeah,
I did too.
Sure.
I did too.
Sure.
I remember I told you about the opening credits to the cartoon, and I used to pretend I was doing the transformation scene, like when he bites down and his fangs come out. I should show you the opening afterwards. It's awesome. It's great. But you didn't like it. What was one thing about it that you didn't like? And take in mind, this is Teen Wolf. This isn't fucking The Lighthouse.
One thing about it I didn't like. Well, the fucking soundtrack.
That's what you were saying. Okay, so the thing I wanted to say about the soundtrack for 2 that I really liked, I'll get into that later. So I'm so glad you brought up the fact that you didn't like the soundtrack. What did you not like about the soundtrack? I don't remember the music that much from the first one.
Everything aside from Surfing in the USA, it was complete shit.
These waves are mine. Fuck yeah. No, yeah, that was totally, you had to have that for that scene. They get that fucking song, and then they get a shitty cover of Mashed Potato for part 2. You see where the budget went in that movie for fucking sure. Not in the makeup. None, just the rights for that song. What was the other songs? I like really don't remember. Like what was the end basketball scene song? It was like one of those Footloose style.
I mean,
we will live forever kind of bullshit or something, right?
It's more like experimental electronica.
I'm hearing it in my head. I just can't produce it. But yeah, I think the soundtrack is not memorable, so the soundtrack isn't good. That's how I feel personally.
It's just really off-putting when you're watching the movie.
The soundtrack
at every turn.
So the second one had Oingo Boingo twice, which was fucking awesome. I love Oingo Boingo, and the fact that that was in Teen Wolf 2 was so cool. I didn't know it was Oingo Boingo at the time. I just knew the songs, and I used to sing them and hum them, blah, blah, blah. And then the study scene with Todd and Nikki is Send Me an Angel, which, you know, that's just one of those songs that always stuck in my head too. Send me an angel. Whoa. I never pursued it any further. And then they started doing these albums like Punk Goes Whatever. And this band that I really like called Thrice does a cover of Send Me an Angel. And it's fucking awesome. And it's great because I've been listening to it every day for like the last month probably. It's just like so fucking good, which is probably why I was like, let's do Teen Wolf 2. Because that song, man, that song to me is Teen Wolf 2. I hear it. I picture the scene of those two studying, picking up the coke, like just everything. That's how much I watched Teen Wolf 2 as a kid.
So it's not the scene where they're arguing over the book.
Oh my God. That book is mine. I was here first. I'm Todd Howard. I want to study. No, yeah, that scene was so fucking stupid. Yeah, it's just all pouting.
Are you okay?
Dude, that scene made me look at his outfit. He's wearing fucking chucks. He's wearing like these fucking skinny slacks. He's got suspenders down for accessories, a big shirt. Look, dude looked like he just came back from a Black Flag show. And then he becomes superstar Todd Werewolf, fucking this guy wearing fedoras like they were fucking whatever. What are those hats called? Those cats, yarmulkes.
Oh,
right? Yeah. He's wearing it like that, and he's wearing these fucking douchebag, baggy, fucking hip hop looking shit. Where he's just like, man, regular Todd was dope as fuck. Dude wanted to be a fucking veterinarian. And now he's just like, whatever, I'm a fucking boxer. Look at my fat ass fucking car Gomez Adams gave me. How fucking dope was that? They got Gomez Adams signed up to be fucking the dean, whatever his name was. Yeah. Dean of Men.
Yeah.
That's what the fucking sign, what the fuck is a Dean of Men? Is that just because Todd's a werewolf and you're just like making him feel bad because he's not like 100% a man?
Right.
Human, not man. Yeah, fuck this movie, man. Skips generations. Why did I write that? Who gives a shit about the werewolf gene skipping generations?
I do think, I'm not going to lie, it's one of those movies that might just be so bad that it's good for me.
No.
You can't agree with that?
I'm never going to watch this movie.
Never, ever?
Again. Teen Wolf is the only thing that exists. Not the TV show on MTV. Michael J. Fox playing fucking basketball, being in the play because he's a werewolf. That's my fun. Okay, so I have like so many fun things to connect these movies to, which is like crazy as well. So the drama teacher and Scott's dad were both in this movie called Pump Up the Volume with Christian Slater. And then I think that might be the only thing I had to connect those two to another great 80s movie. Right. Like I always do that, you know, where I'm just like 7 degrees to not Kevin Bacon, but just everybody else.
Yeah.
The Styles thing. What did you think of the Styles in the first one compared to the Styles in the second one?
Like the first better.
Way fucking better. Way better. Remember in this fucking scene when the teacher's handing him all the papers and he's all stoked that his paper's a D and he fucking celebrates it with a pose?
Yeah.
Like that fucking Styles was in love with Scott's.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's the. I mean, the way he dressed was fucking dope too.
Oh yeah, for
like
sure.
he had a great fashion sense. He was fucking funny when he was trying to buy that keg of beer, and he was like, "Boss sent me over to pick up a keg for the boys." You know, just like trying to be 18.
Right.
Never say die. And then he takes off with that fucking nerd. What the fuck was his name?
One of my favorite scenes is when he walks into Scott's place and his dad, without turning around, says, "Nice shirt."
Right.
I love that. Pointed it out. My daughter she was confused.
Oh yeah, you never finished the story about you. Did you guys watch it together?
This time it was my 17-year-old.
What did she think?
She's like, "Well, that was interesting."
I mean, they made that Teen Wolf show into a kid show on MTV a few years ago. Like, so it's like that would have been an introduction. You know, I'm sure she's aware of that, but it's probably like, my dad made me watch this show called Teen Wolf. This movie.
That was the series.
Yeah, I remember. I watched it on my 30th birthday, right before we were about to go out to the bar, and for some reason, it made me so angry that they made that show. Like, his name's Scott, but he doesn't play basketball. He plays lacrosse. I think he does have a friend that's like Styles, or his name's Styles, but it's just like, to me, whatever. What generation is like, Teen Wolf? Like, the dad's like, "Oh, I watched that movie when I was your age," some shit like that. Like, I don't think kids give a fuck. Like, they remade Fright Night. That's only for one audience. Yeah. Like, literally, you're not gaining anybody. You're just getting a bunch of people in their fucking 30s that are like, "Oh, I remember that when I was a kid."
Yeah.
That was me. I was so stoked when that movie came out. I really liked the remake. It was awesome. It was really good.
I didn't see it.
It was fun. I love the original. Huh. But Styles in the second one. Who the fuck was that? He looked like a game show contestant. Like,
yeah, he did.
This fucking mullet. I love college. I got a roommate who's tanning with a 45-watt light bulb.
I don't know who was writing it, because it didn't make any sense that they felt that was necessary to switch the actor and have that character in the movie.
Tell you who fucking wrote it. Jeff Loeb. He's one of the best comic book writers for Marvel. Huh. He wrote Teen Wolf 2. The fuck? Huh. He also wrote Commando, which is an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie that I absolutely loved. Huh. But yeah, Jeff Loeb, man. What was he thinking? Like, remember, we're just talking about how bad movies get made and they actually get produced and they get money. I mean, we'll look up later what this movie made and grossed, but like, how? How the fuck did someone greenlight Teen Wolf 2? It's like you basically took the first script and then you just wrote in different scenarios.
What do you think about TOO instead of?
Oh, instead of also?
I mean, yeah. What do you think about the way they titled it?
I thought they weren't taking themselves fucking seriously. Yeah. I mean, it was hilarious. I always thought so as a kid too. I mean, Hot Shots Part 2. That makes sense. Teen Wolf 2 also.
It does make
Teen Wolf it again. We're just doing it again. Totally. Yeah, that totally makes sense. Yeah. I could just hear fucking Jason Bateman whining to his Uncle Howard about getting to the fucking dorms in the beginning.
Like I said, it took me about 20 minutes to realize that was even Jason Bateman.
Seriously.
And this was after you sent me a text message.
Oh, the screenshot of the trailer?
Jason Bateman.
Oh.
And he's just so young.
It's like I said, it's his first movie.
Yeah.
Like, he did this show on ABC years ago, back in the 80s. I remember watching. The dad produced one of those episodes or directed one of the two. Huh. And, Jason Bateman, to me, fell off the map in the 90s. And then all of a sudden arose with fucking Arrested Development. Mm-hmm. And so I'm watching Arrested Development, and I'm just like, Teen Wolf 2. That's the only thing I have to connect him to. And now he's just fucking awesome. Now he's just like took Michael Bluth and then ran with it, and that just got him work. And then he started doing shit like Ozark and Bad Words. You ever see Bad Words? Dude, Bad Words is so fucking great. He's this foul-mouthed dude who found a loophole in the spelling bee contest, and he's rigging it. It's so fucking good, and he's super like he's super smart. Blah blah blah. Anyways, it's fucking great, dude. It's so good. But yeah, I mean, like, I feel like if it weren't for this movie, we probably would never have seen Jason Bateman, unless his dad was a huge producer in Hollywood and then just get him into something.
You're thinking if it weren't for Teen Wolf 2.
Yeah, I mean, we have to thank Teen Wolf 2. I mean, some point, I mean, there was like, he found, like I was saying to you, like, he was Michael Bluth in this episode, or in this movie. Like, he was still Jason Bateman, but just, he didn't have good writers behind him. He was just, like, doing the best he can with what he got. Yeah. Transformation scenes. At the fucking reception, dude.
Oh, fucking. Okay, what's your favorite transformation scene in the movie?
When in the second one?
Yeah.
In the second one.
Yeah.
I mean, did he have many? He only had the reception transformation.
You know, Michael J. Fox did say he thought that Teen Wolf was going to ruin his career.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I don't know why. It was so fucking good. When fucking the bully from the other team, the Dragons, is talking to him and Pamela at the bowling alley, and he's like, you know, my dad killed your mom, catching her cutting the head off chickens, and he's getting so pissed, and he fucking growls and takes that bowling ball and chucks it with no regard to who's around her, who he might kill. Yeah. Yeah. Dude, it was fucking great, man. I mean, Michael J. Fox, I just saw him in a Curb Your Enthusiasm episode, and it's like,
kidding.
I've never watched it before, so I'm only up to like season 9. Huh. But he was so fucking funny in it. He's great. How could Teen Wolf ruin his career? I think it only propelled it. Yeah. I just love this movie so much. I don't know why.
Yeah, my 17-year-old did say that. I said he was afraid it was going to ruin his career. Mm-hmm. She's like, well, kind of did, didn't it? What else? She said, what else? What else was he in after Back to the Future? I'm like,
I mean, that's true. He did kind of like, he did like,
I don't know.
Life with Mikey, Secret of My Success.
He was always on the map for me.
Doc Hollywood.
Spin City.
Mars Attacks.
Oh, Mars Attacks.
You know,
yes.
I mean, he may not have
been. The Frighteners.
The Frighteners, Peter Jackson. Oh, my God. I was trying to think of what sequel I would want to see that's connected to Michael J. Fox, that's Teen Wolf, blah, blah, blah. And Frighteners. Oh my God. What I would kill to have a sequel to that movie. Like that movie was so fucking good.
Oh, could you imagine Michael J. Fox in a Frighteners 2 right now?
Oh, it'd be great. Oh, I'd be so good.
Oh, that's a role he could pull off.
Oh my God.
And that's no disrespect to Michael J. Fox.
Oh, now I got to watch the Frighteners this weekend. Yeah, I hated Styles in this one. He just, I mean, I guess it's like the later 80s comedy that, you know, he was just terrible. Chubbs was great. Chubbs was fucking awesome. That scene where Scott's getting his ass beat at the end and he finds that bolt and he fucking takes it and bing, hits the bell with it. It's so good.
And ridiculous.
And totally ridiculous. Totally fucking. It's only been a minute and a half.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, like the timekeeper's just going to.
Yeah, we'll let it go. Okay. The bell rang. We have we can't interfere with the bell. Saved by the bell. The coach was different.
Oh, wait, hold on. Transformation scenes.
Oh, yeah, transformation scenes. So Teen Wolf 2 had the transformation scene at the reception. Was there another one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there was. There was when he was in the boxing ring and he got his ass beat and he's laying on the ground and all of a sudden he fucking like flies through the sky.
Not the only one, pal.
Oh, God, what's the other one?
Give yourself a second to think about it.
Okay.
It's so fucking ridiculous. It's the worst one. It's so egregiously bad.
Okay, you're going to have to tell me.
When they're dissecting frogs or seemingly getting ready to dissect frogs.
Oh, and then they do the fucking frog.
Quick cut.
Yeah.
And then he's the fucking wolf or the dog in this one.
What? Yeah, everyone calls him a dog. You were dancing with the dog. They're in Colorado. Where the fuck did that accent come from? Oh, it's a dog. Yeah, okay, so my favorite transformation scene is definitely the reception.
Yeah.
Because it shows him fucking sweating like fucking bullets, and his fingers look like he had cashews on them instead of nails. And then he turns around, and this entire room sees him as a werewolf, and no one alerts the media.
I know.
No one's like, there's a fucking werewolf.
Neither of the
in
movies.
our
No
school.
one questions the fact that
They live in a complete fucking dome. Hey, everyone, guess what? Werewolves exist.
That kind of irritated me that the what was it, the biology professor?
Yeah. She's like, I
she's
know
also-
more than you know.
She's also
I
a
understand
wolf.
more than you know. Yeah, but she had a tail. None of them have fucking tails, but her. That's how you decipher a male from
It's like
female
a raccoon
werewolves.
tail. wasn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah. It looked like she was a furry, or like one of those people that get the the butt plugs that have the tails on them. Yeah. She was in Better Off Dead. She was what's his name, Blaine's mom. She made the boiled bacon and French toasts when the French lady came over for dinner. I love movies.
But yeah, no, that transition scene that I was talking about has to be my favorite because it's so stupid. They had to have been just working shit out, and they already had him all fucking done up as the wolf. And there's like, I guess we'll shoot a couple scenes. And then
we might as well do it while he's in the costume.
Yeah. So for whatever reason, in the editing process, they just spliced him in there as the wolf for about, a minute.
God, he looks so fucking dumb as the werewolf too. In the fucking lip singing.
When he's
Do you
smiling,
love me?
when he's smiling, he does. There's a few points when he's in the ring.
Oh, when
and
you
he's
see the
boxing,
fangs?
that it looks pretty good.
When he's like this.
Yeah, it's just all the cheese
No,
run
totally.
in the middle.
Totally.
The putt-putt golf thing, how fucking...
Oh, I know, dude. The fucking watch me do my tricks.
Yeah.
This is gonna get girls wet. Oh, sorry about that. I should never say that.
It's how you do it, girls.
Oh yeah, watch this. I can. Ooh, you like my putt putt skills?
I also like when he goes down the zip line and he gets to the bottom. He's like, hey, guys,
everyone,
did you see that?
Did you see me fucking pull that shit off?
That was so rad.
Oh wait, you're all doing your synchronized dancing? Where the fuck did that come from? And why does everyone look like they're in their 30s? Yeah. The guy in the library with the fucking full-blown Magnum PI mustache shushing him?
So am I expected to believe that because those two guys came up behind him and sunk that that putt?
Oh, yeah.
That that's why the ladies...
They're so impressed by it.
Yeah.
They're so impressed by it.
Is that what it was?
Yeah,
because
I think
it wasn't because he's an asshole.
No, not at all. He's wearing his aviators at night.
That's what women are attracted to, especially those kind of women.
The guy who can sink putt-putts in the middle of fucking people's games. Huh. They're like, ooh, who's this bad boy?
Yeah.
What kind of car do you drive?
It was weird.
I thought it was fucking stupid that he's like, watch this. And then he fucking putts it. Like, oh, you showed him. Yeah. This guy with incredible strength who can rip your arms off. You fucking showed him. You just found werewolves' new weakness. Having their mini golf game interfered on.
Oh, you know what? That was one of my favorite things about the first one is when they're bowling. And the guy walks up, he's like, hey, that's my girl.
Not tonight, she isn't. Oh my God. It's like the wolf just gave him the fucking quips too. Like, What's your wolf power? I'm fucking snarky.
Yeah. She's on a date with me tonight, pal.
Yeah, he don't give a fuck. He's like, let me show you how to bowl while I'm rubbing up against. Oh my God. Do you have a, so like, I had a thing for Pamela when I was a kid. She's pretty hot when she's like, I could do other things. And then you hear the, oh, it's like, you knew Scott got lucky, which I feel bad for Booth. But she won him. Yeah. She won him. My favorite transformation scene in the first one was the bathroom scene when he first turned into the wolf.
Oh, for sure.
Dude, it was like, it's not fucking.
Might be the best scene.
In the whole movie?
In the whole, the
whole universe? It's not fucking American Werewolf in London, but it's fucking great. Jeez Wheeze. I love that part.
Yeah.
His dad's fucking knocking
like, whatever it is, son. Dad, no, not this time.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
It was so over the top.
It's so good, dude.
Yeah.
It's like, Dad, you're not gonna get this.
Right.
Oh, believe me, son, I will. And he looks so fucking. The dad just wanted to hug him. He looks so like fucking cuddly. This cute fucking old man werewolf. Like his whole mane is gray. It's so adorable.
Yeah.
And the second one, when he fucking tries to embarrass Todd by turning into a werewolf, and those girls are like, "Ew!" Like no one.
I hate when you do that.
There's a fucking man dog driving around here. You can't tell people that. They're going to think you're crazy. As you can tell, I love Teen Wolf.
That seemed a bit out of character for him, though, didn't it? To be just becoming the wolf behind
just
the wheel.
out in the open.
Yeah.
I mean, when he kind of asked Scott to be a little bit more discreet with being the wolf instead of driving
He's just
around
like,
town,
hey.
throwing empty can grenades. Okay,
Yeah.
Styles, whatever that is. The Wolfmobile. Oh my God, that was so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Traded it in straight across. Trying to find the reefer his brother left behind.
Yeah.
It's so cool. I wish Scott said, instead of saying, well, I can find what you're looking for, when he was in the werewolf after he told him, he said, I can find your weed for you or something, you know, because Michael J. Fox is not a good boy. I'm sure he likes the Misfits. So I'm sure he.
You
I'm
wish
sure
you
he
would have said
fucking-
that instead?
I think so. Yeah.
I don't think I would.
No, I can smell. I can find what you're looking for. Did you think that the lip sync, or not just the lip sync, but did you notice that the post production audio was way the fuck off?
Which one?
Teen Wolf 2, like when he's driving in the car with Uncle Howard and he's talking, but his mouth's not moving. And there was like a few other scenes where it's just like the editing on it was so fucking terrible. Hooker students, where'd they come from? Those two? Why is the dean telling them to dance with Todd?
Yeah.
Whatever your name is, dance with him. And she does it. It's like,
Yeah.
where the fuck did they come from?
Right.
And then they go to that school, but then they're about this other guy who's from the academy. Like, I love that.
What were they at the reception for to begin with?
To be arm candy, to like schmooze the people who donate.
Huh.
Which they couldn't hold it in a nice reception hall. They just held it inside a church banquet room.
Yeah.
If you notice, like it looks so fucking like this is your reception. It's like fucking 8 tables and Chubbs playing the tuba. Like, of course, Chubbs had to be there.
I also like in the second one how they all seemed like they knew exactly how it worked when they found out he became a werewolf. You know, he's like, don't you even think about not being the wolf. Like
Gomez
that.
Adams,
Yeah.
and he was fucking threatening him in the locker room about losing or whatever.
You think you would just be, you know,
This is what I mean,
weirded
dude.
out.
This is what I mean. They're not fucking telling anybody about this shit, but that they're like using it as leverage.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if you tell people, if you don't fucking win this match, I'm going to tell the National Enquirer about you.
Right.
Like, that's what you could have fucking done. You ready to talk about some fucking IMDb reviews?
Let's do it.
Because I absolutely am. Sorry, I'm reading something else that's not IMDb reviews. I took pictures of them, so I knew which ones to look at, if they're big or small. But there's definitely a lot more than I'm going to
Yeah,
have to
you
look
said
at.
you were going to send me some.
Oh, no, I said, these are hilarious. I wasn't going to send them to you. I said,
Oh.
don't read them. Don't look.
Oh.
This one is a 1 star. These are all 1 star, 1 out of 10 on IMDb. Just titled Sucks from June 28th, 2003. Teen Wolf 2 is a pale copy of Teen Wolf. The first movie is great. The second one, just boring, not funny, and it sucks. The characters are faked and the plot is just the same as it is in Teen Wolf 1. I fell asleep when I first saw it, and I'm not going to see it again ever. So you fell asleep watching it? Did you finish it? Did you get resolution? I mean, I would feel lost a little bit.
I don't know if any of us got resolution from Teen Wolf 2.
This one's funny because it's titled 2 TOO, much of a bad thing. Jason Bateman is no Michael J. Fox. Ouch. What are you, like, fucking, like, giving yourself props for your sick burn? That's like... Michael J. Fox, who's got acting chops from Family Ties, is like, this guy's so much better than this person who's got no acting ability whatsoever.
Which I don't even know if you can say that. Michael J. Fox is just Michael J. Fox. He's just a charming person, and he just works. He makes anything that he's in better.
And you tell him it's good regardless if it is or not, because it's Michael J. Fox.
Right.
He's a fucking awesome. And Teen Wolf 2 is not as good as Teen Wolf. Big ouch. Yeah. Not that the original had anything going for it except for Fox, but this sequel doesn't even try. Just a change of locale and a cousin in the same family, explaining Hampton's appearance here. Who gets on the boxing team as the wolf in question, forcing his grades to suffer and blah, 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 blah. Give me a break for a comedy as insubstantial as this one to expound on the virtues of education is like Joey Buttafuoco talking about celibacy. I think they were reaching on that one. Yeah. Well, that's a very dated reference, but this is... I
was going to say, who...
Dude, this is from 2000. Huh. So, okay, makes sense. I'm sorry, but Teen Wolf 2 is just a bad excuse for a sequel to a movie that wasn't that great to begin with. Forget about it. They forgot about it so much that they took the time to write this in 2000. How much time did you have in the year 2000 that you had to share on writing this? No stars and no excuses for Teen Wolf 2. The movie that proves a movie about a wolf can just as easily turn into a dog. They didn't finish it with even bigger ouch. Because that would have been like, fuck yeah. Like, that's a mic drop right there.
Yeah.
This one is entitled Teen Wolf 2, The Neutering. And it's really funny, but I'm not going to read it because it's really long. But I highly recommend looking that one up. And that's not it.
If you're into reading reviews for shit movies.
No,
I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah. Because if you're stoned and you're wondering what Teen Wolf 2 is like, this is the one for you. Let me see if I can find some more on here. Oh, man, this is okay, first, before I go any further, what would you rate this movie out of 10?
1. 2. 2. I'd rate it.
You want to do it?
2.
You're going to do it too? Here's some people who moderately liked it.
See, that's where it gets difficult, though. Right there is accepting the movie for what it is and then choosing based off those parameters that it has to begin with. You know, I want to say it's a 2, but really it's probably more like a 3.
See, I was feeling 3 too. I wouldn't go beyond 3.
No.
I wouldn't. I mean, God, pushing to 4 just gives it the chance of being a decent movie. And I don't even want to give it that much. Yeah. So let's see what 3s have to say. I love how they have spoiler warnings. Like, who gives a shit? And why is everyone writing such long ones? Here's 2008 called An Exact Copy. I saw Teen Wolf and I enjoyed it. The first one, that is, it was simple and fun. Original story. Then they decided, I guess, to capitalize on the success of the first one and do a sequel, which I think it's okay. Thanks for giving them permission. Like, you don't need to apologize. It's okay. But, oh, dear Lord, they did exactly as the first, down to the last detail. If it wasn't for Jason Bateman, you could swear you were watching the first one. Not at all. Not at all. The new styles, the new coach. I didn't even talk about how much I love the first coach when he's giving his students the worst fucking advice. And then he goes from basketball to being a boxing coach. Like, don't you have to know something about coaching? What are you doing here? About 35 a year and summers off. It's like, oh, so that's how much you care about education. I'm so glad you're teaching or coaching our kids. They could have added a few twists to the story just to make it different. I suppose the fear of failure wouldn't let them. You should watch it just to compare. This person doesn't want to write sentence or periods. And I just fucking lost my spot. That's how much I care about what you have to say. They could have added a few twists to the story just to make it different. I suppose the fear of it. You should watch it just to compare. That would be the only funny thing about this movie. Everything from the kid being reluctant to accept his condition, the popularity of the wolf, styles, and the wolf merchandising. They just switched it from high school to college and from basketball to boxing. The rest was left as it was, but enough with the bad talk. I have to admit that they did do a great thing worthy of recognition. They put a lot of work and effort to make it look exactly like the first one. Job well done. So, I mean, even at 3, people are just like, this movie still sucks. I mean, that's a 1 review right there. But the scale is so large. I mean, like, giving something a 10, like, Jesus Christ. Like, you really have to love everything about that fucking movie to choose that. And I hope that these people are actually true when they say 10 out of 10, excellent sequel. This is from 2013. Now, I'm as big a fan of the 1985 Teen Wolf as anybody else. But when I heard there was a second movie that came out 2 years later, well, you can imagine my surprise. I don't know why I gave him a southern accent, but it kind of works.
Do you think he's fucking around?
This person?
Yeah.
You know, honestly, I feel like they are because you wrote this in 2013. Did you just decide to write a review on this movie? Did you just watch this movie, or is it a movie that you were like telling us a story that like I watched when I was a kid, and then I found out they made a sequel, and I was like, I love this movie. It's got to be great. We get to see what Michael J. Fox is doing. Is he married to Booth? Do they have little puppies? This film has the same atmosphere and the same cinematography as the first one, which really makes me feel like they put some hard effort into keeping up the good name of Teen Wolf.
Oh, boy.
Once again, the performances are superb. Stellar performances. I'm glad to see Mark Holton's chubby character have more screen time. My one critique is I don't care very much for Stuart Fratkin's portrayal of Styles. To be fair, it's pretty hard to follow Jerry Levine's performance. Overall, this movie was entertaining from the start to finish. It's great if you want a goofy movie to watch with your friends. No, it's fucking not. There's one of these reviews that I read about like getting together with your friends and getting on a sugar rush and riffing it. And it's like, I know what you mean instead of a sugar rush, because really that's the only way to watch this movie. And even then it's like torture. It's like, why are you torturing your friends? I was with a buddy at a friend's house and he put on Vampire Academy and just left it running. He was like the master of the remote, never turned it off. And it's like, why are you doing this to me? This is before Pokemon Go. I could play on my phone. Yeah, there's one more 10 review that I think we should read. If I can get to it, because I'm so stupid. I don't know how this shit works. I like how it starts on 1, too. Oh, my God, these are so long. These are seriously long. This person wrote 500th viewing. I love this movie. You ready for this one?
Yep.
I bought this movie. I love this movie. I love Jason Bateman. That's from 2021.
Short.
This is
sweet.
And this is the last one I'm going to read. You ready for it?
It's a 10.
It's a 10.
Okay.
So this is from 2009. So nice. I am the only. How love the movie. It's so great to see. If Todd danced with the nice girl, wear a suit and tie. But instead of he get an erection, he changed into a teen wolf. How cares that Todd sings and get arrogant and lordly? I am not.
Goodness. I couldn't have said it better myself.
And I love the fact that he thought that he was getting erection from dancing with that girl, and that's what triggered his wolf. He grabs her ass, dude. He like is dancing with her, and he grabs her ass, and she's like, hey. And he's like, hey. Where the fuck, Todd? Where'd you get that shit from?
She said, hey, with a smile on her face. So like, hey.
Hey. They gave him a full ride scholarship in boxing, and I love how they dropped twice that the only athletic thing he ever did was play clarinet in the marching band.
Makes no sense.
No, well, it makes sense because he thinks that this guy's going to turn into a werewolf and like do his job for him. Everyone takes advantage of Scott. Yeah. Styles is like, yeah, I knew it. This is going to be awesome. And we're going to get so cool thanks to you. And then he gets like super fucking arrogant, way more arrogant than, what's his name? Scott.
Yeah.
Scott was pretty stoked that he was a werewolf for sure. Like after he started getting all that recognition, I don't think. Well, he did kind of turn into his arrogance when he offered Brad some milk. Hey Brad, some milk, and Chubbs. Scott, I'm supposed to be on a diet. Yeah. Teen Wolf 2. And this is what the IMDb review is. This is what people are writing, not review, synopsis, to get you to watch this movie. Todd Howard is a struggling teenager. Nothing seems to be going very well for him until he turns into a wolf. So what are you trying to say? If shit gets hard, just turn into a wolf?
Yeah, I wish I could. The drop of a hat.
Turn into a wolf?
Yeah.
That'd be pretty dope. I went to go see Underworld with some friends, the second one. And we were all talking about the movie afterwards. And I'm like, that's so fucking cool, man. Too bad vampires and werewolves don't exist. And my friend Chuck was like, yeah, because you'd probably end up being a werewolf and the rest of the wolves would be jealous of how hairy you are or some shit like that. Everyone always making fun of how hairy my arms are.
He should have run out of the reception when he started changing, though, shouldn't he have?
I mean, if he wanted to keep it fucking hidden.
Weird to stare into the tuba while it's happening. And
I mean, did it incapacitate him to the point where it's like, I can't move? Is it like American Werewolf where the legs bend into a wolf style so he can't move during the transformation? Because I'm stuck here for now. And he's just stuck there?
Huh.
I mean,
like that.
It could be. It could be, but this movie's not that good.
No,
so
it's not.
I don't ever want to watch this movie ever again.
Huh.
And this is what the sequel that I want to do, and it's because it's one that is very dear to me, kind of like this movie was, and I watched it recently, so I know I don't hate it. I still really love it. Young Guns 2.
Okay.
I just listened to this podcast, last podcast on the left. They did a 4-part series about Billy the Kid, and I just fucking loved it. I grew up loving Billy the Kid for some reason, just thinking he was cool, idolizing him, knowing that he wasn't like he was a murderer, but not like, cold-blooded. And I just love Emilio Estevez's portrayal as Billy the Kid too. It's so good, but like the movie's complete shit. At the same time, like it's still great. I still love it. I'll watch it again and again and again. But like, it's a bad movie.
And Estevez is in the second one.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So Young Guns 2.
Yeah. Don't think I've ever seen it.
Never seen one or two.
2.
You've never seen 2, but you've seen the first one.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's good.
Yeah.
Not really, but you'll get a kick out of it. It's enjoyable.
Okay.
Yeah. Next week, Young Guns 2.
I liked, for whatever reason, Maverick just popped into my mind. Did you like Maverick?
With
Mel
Gibson and Rockford, Jim Rockford. What the fuck is his name? Jim Garner. James Garner. And Jodie Foster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I always felt bad for that Russian guy that he like stole the money from on the boat. But at the same time, he thought he killed a Native American, so it's like, who gives a shit? He's like, take all my money. Did you know that was a TV show? James Garner played Maverick in the TV show.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was like an old black and white TV show.
No shit.
Yeah, same premise, gambler, smooth talker. I loved it. I thought it was great. Talk about a movie that deserved a sequel as well.
Yeah,
I mean, there was the continuing adventures of Maverick, riverboat gambler or something, like it was fun. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was.
Who else was in that movie? Fucking, guy who played in Young Guns, actually. He plays Mr. Chisholm in Young Guns too. The main guy who was in charge of he was doing the whole poker tournament in Maverick. You know who I'm talking about?
No, I can't
you
think
don't.
of it.
Oh, damn. Well, there's my connection to that movie and Young Guns. All right, everybody. Till next time when we do Young Guns 2. Goodbye.
Bye.